Son, step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gon' rise to the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
And slid down so we can see a red suitcase right here for law enforcement if they're watching and you guys would like to come back here. Of her being out here. So this is what we're doing today. We will see you guys back here real soon.
I have a question for you. If you woke up this Friday morning and you looked in your bank account and there was $10,080 magically there, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. But the only stipulation is you have to spend it all in 1 week and it'll be gone. And then the following week, you'll get another $10,080 deposited, and so on and so on. You can spend it however you want. Or if you don't spend it, it disappears. We just spend every cent every week, or would you allow it to be wasted and taken away from you? Well, guys, this Friday, you're going to wake up and there's going to be 10,080 minutes that God has given you for the next week. And you can spend them however you want, or you can simply waste them. Guys, I highly suggest that you spend every minute of next week doing amazing things, and don't allow 1 minute to be squandered, because you never know when God won't deposit another 10,080 minutes in your life, guys. Go out and live a great life.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Let's get this party started, baby. Happy Friday, everyone. What is up, my beautiful people of YouTube and Twitter? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday, TGIF. Where the world has Betty been? We're going to get to that. 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 How is everybody doing this beautiful Friday? I've already got people in the chat. Sheila, the first to say good morning to BHB. I hope you're having a great Friday as well. Maddie Down, good morning, love. Joy is in the house. Ex-Sailor Purge, good morning. Sonia, our beautiful love. Sonia, she always keeps us on our toes, Good morning, Nani. It's nice to see you this morning. Guidance is making in a presence. Good morning, love bug. Amanda, good morning, good morning, good morning. MJ, it's nice to see you. Net L, Jamie Lynn, MJ, getting tongue-tied over here. Joyce, it's nice to have you. Rhonda, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hindsight 2020, coming in a little late, I'm just joking. I hope everybody's doing great this morning. We have a lot of crap. I've turned on the computer. You guys know I'm covering like a few cases down south, and I've got to do the videos. I actually was working on a video this morning, and listen to this. So for many of you guys don't realize I do like TikTok. If you guys haven't seen my TikTok page, please go over there. I haven't posted in a little while because I've been having technical issues, and the technical issues is directly with my phone. So I've got a phone. My phone is working, but I've got a SIM card issue at the moment. So as soon as I get the SIM card issue resolved, I should have my phone working and active, and everything should be back on track. But it's been putting me behind on my videos. And so I've got this all worked out, but I started working on a video this morning for TikTok. And listen to this. So you do this whole thing. You put the green screen behind you. You put your photo behind you, and you start talking. Well, all my lips and my sound were fine. And then I started incorporating the footage, the actual footage I got, because I went to the Hialeah Police Department. They put on a little display for Bullhorn Betty, special for me. All right. There was no other reporters out there. There was no other media. And so they took one truck and put out there and put the sirens on and went into the middle. And then they got us the SWAT truck. They brought the SWAT truck out and put the sirens on and drove off. So it was pretty cool. So I got some good content for some amazing videos, and it was really cool. So anyways, before we get started, we always like to, give our time over. We always like to cleanse ourselves before we move over into the gunk, because we talk a lot about death and just the bad parts of society. And it's like, it's kind of sad all the time. So I always like to have something at least a little uplifting. And many of you guys know that I have been reading The Language of Letting Go. This is, I don't even know how many years. I lost count. I calculated last year or the year before at 15 years. So it's been around the block a time or two. Okay. Beautiful book. Beautiful book. For November 10th, get my glasses. Bullhorn, Betty's blind. I swear, 44. I was perfect vision, 44. That's it, right? So November 10th, it says, find a way to say I can. Slowly, I began to see that many of the boxes I found myself in were of my own making. I tended to construct them, crawl in, then wonder who I could blame for putting me there. Who did this to me? I wondered and sometimes asked aloud. That's when I'd hear the answer. You did, Melody. You put yourself in this box. Now it's up to you to get out of it. Each of us have our own degree of freedom. We have certain things we can do and certain things we can't. Sometimes this freedom fluctuates at different times in our lives. Sometimes we are bound by our responsibility to other people. Sometimes we have financial limitations. Sometimes we're limited by what our body can and can't do at any given period of time. Alcoholics who know they cannot drink because they lose control when they do are people who are in touch with their power. They can't drink, but they get to have a manageable life instead. Healthy, happy people know and recognize that they can do and what they truly can't, at least not without unwanted repercussions. Sometimes we put too many limitations on ourselves. We look around because we're so used to accepting our limitations. We automatically tell ourselves, I can't do that, so I can't do anything else. I've been to the house, touched the rock collection of author George Sand's, who lives in southern France years and years ago during the time when women had few rights. It turned out that George was really a woman who took on a man's name so she could write and sell her books. Her legend and her books still live on. Identify what you legitimately can't do and what you'd be better off or more powerful if you didn't. Learn to live within those limitations. That's how you'll own your power. Don't stop there. Look around and see what you can do too. Be creative. Knowing what we truly can't do is often a stepping stone to discovering what we can. God, help me own my power by surrendering to what I can't do. Then help me own my power more by discovering what I can. So a beautiful passage. Good morning, Bean Feathers. Good morning. So just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful passage. Today with The Language of Letting Go, I had a beautiful lady reach out to me and say, I love the book that you're reading. Who's the author? The author is Melody Beatty. There it is. It's from the Hazelden Mediation Series, Melody Beatty, right there, Language of Letting Go. There's several editions of this book. Like I've got this one here. They also have a Language of Letting Go journal. Really good stuff that helps helps you just, I don't know, it helps you find yourself, in my opinion. It helps you find yourself. So what the heck have I been doing? Right? What in the world? Where has Betty been? I haven't seen her, right? I haven't seen her. Well, there's just been stuff going on with the phone. It's just really been dragging on me. And so I just decided, you know what? I needed to go out. I had a few cases that I wanted to cover in the Miami-Dade area. I had a political event. I got to see some of my friends I haven't seen in a really long time. I saw my friend Sharon, Mike, Christina. She's an influencer on TikTok. She's awesome. She's awesome, baby. My friend Pam. It's just been a lovely thing. JLR was there with his new girlfriend, Magnolia. It was just really, really nice. It just a nice time, nice event. Just got to meet and enjoy people. It was just a really, really lovely thing. It was a really lovely thing. It was also really, really cute when I walked up and saw her rubbing his back. It was really, really cute. So I hope they have many years together. Congratulations, all that good stuff. So getting on to the true crime stuff that we have, I looked into this. I got to tell you, we've got some really, really crazy things going on here. From an 80-year-old getting arrested after 46 years. We've been discussing this investigative genetic genealogy testing for quite some time. And it's really, I told you, as soon as it started making headways, I'm like, this is a game changer. You know, this is a major, major game changer. We have so many unsolved cases from back in the day when all they did is have typing, blood typing. That's your A, your B, what was it? A, B, B, and O. That's how they were able to test blood before. So they collected it and they used a lot of forensic type of things, you know, on it and whatnot. So it was just one of those things that I'm just like, this has to be related. I know it has to come down to genetic genealogy testing. So I'm going to throw this up. Oh, before we get started, I've got to throw this up here because we need to talk. I forgot. We have a contest going on right now. And I don't think everybody actually saw all of, let me take this banner off. Give me just a second. Okay, there we go. So we have several, we have a total of 10 drawings. We did get another one. It was really good too. And unfortunately, it was after the deadline. I know that we pushed this off and pushed this off and pushed this off. And I know that some of you guys voted, but it wasn't really a voting post. It was just to make sure that everybody's entries were listed. So I wanted to go through the entries because I'm going to post this again today, and you guys are going to need to make your selection because we are going to be voting on new names for our membership tiers. So number 1 is light roast, medium roast, dark roast, and espresso. 2 is BHB famous, BHB baked, BHB roasted, and BHB fried. It looks like it. So we have a mocha latte, Americana, cappuccino, espresso. That's number 3. Oh, I keep doing that. I don't know why it won't just go up. It won't go up. Okay. So let's see here. 4 is decaf mellow yellow bean, medium roast seriously intense bean, dark roast baked bean, off their rocker espresso bean. Then we have party horn, microphone, speaker, and bullhorn. Instant bean ground and brewed, peanut butter McFlurry, vanilla milkshake, large fries, and Big Mac. I don't know who sent that in. Sleepy bean, sweet bean, kind bean, and true crime bean. The last 2, 9 and 10, are loyal bean, wise bean, supreme bean, faithful bean. And 10 is BHB sergeants, BHB lieutenants, BHB captains, and BHB deputies. So there you have it. Those are all 10 of the entries that we have received that we are going to be voting on. So there you have it, folks. That's it. That's it. So great. I thought they were great entries. I am absolutely happy with what was turned in. So I know we're going to have good names for the coffee club membership levels. And those are by the people of the coffee club for the people of the coffee club, right? Right. Awesome. So here's a funky story. And again, 80-year-old man arrested after 46 years, allegedly killing his partner. And so I just wanted to read this because this is a little bit crazy. This is another one from Tennessee. Oh, I can't keep forgetting I'm on this, so I've got to share it like that. And so they said that the police department's oldest cold case reached a breakthrough this week following the arrest of an 80-year-old man who investigators allegedly killed his partner nearly 50 years ago. In a statement, the Maryville Police Department announced a grand jury indictment, Mike Fine, on Tuesday, November 7th, and 2 counts of first-degree murder for allegedly fatally shooting his parents. Helen Fine and Maynard Fine in 1977. Michael Fine currently lives in Alabama and was taken into custody in Jefferson County, where he is waiting extradition back to Tennessee. On May 20th, 1977, Helen Fine and Maynard Fine were found deceased in their home in Maryville from apparent gunshot wounds. So investigation into their death went cold, but reopened in 2021. And I truly believe that it's because where is that? I gotta look at that U.S. Department of Investigative Genealogy. Remember, we printed all that off and read it. I'm looking at the date of that because it seems like this started exploding back in 2021. So they must have redefined their rules probably in 2020 or 2019, 2020, and then they went active in maybe 2021. And they started pushing all this. And it takes about 2 years to process some of this stuff. You know, it's intense. You've got to go in here. You've got to convert the DNA over to what can be read by these genealogy databases. Then you got to put them in there. Then they got to build a family tree. Then you got to, try to pick out, who could have possibly done it. It's a process. So when these cases go over to the genetic genealogy testing, it's not an immediate, an immediate result, because there's a process that goes along with it. And that process can be definitely, long. Long. I mean, think about it. Many of you guys probably have had an opportunity to work on your own family tree. You probably did the Ancestry DNA or, Heritage DNA or, 23andMe yourself. So you probably have a little, maybe not an expert experience related to the genetic genealogy, but you probably have some light family tree experience. At least some of us do, which is very interesting. I really truly believe that we're going to hear a lot more of these old cases, and thank God, because DNA, when it started coming around in our current criminal cases, it was a game changer. But I don't think anybody ever thought that in 20 or so years, we'd have a huge database that everybody, would be, wanting to know what their heritage is and giving permission for law enforcement to use their DNA. Nobody had anticipated that way back when. But now that they have this huge database with millions upon millions of people all around the world, it is making it a little easier to connect the dots, especially now that we have the technology and DNA. Many of these crimes that happened way back when, there is no DNA. There would never have been a DNA, unless it was of new age. They'd have to commit a felony. Any felony that you're arrested for, I don't even think you have to be convicted of it. They can just arrest you for a felony and dismiss it. Right? They can literally arrest you for a felony, take your DNA, and then dismiss your felony case, and they're allowed to keep your DNA. From what I'm understanding and how it's reading, that's the way I'm reading it here in Florida, which I think is a little crazy, because I think there needs to be due process. You just can't say, hey, I'm arresting a person for a felony to get their DNA. And then when it goes to court, we realize we didn't have probable cause to even make the arrest, but we got their DNA for future. It just seems a little shady to me. But, it is our government. They're going to have to work it out. And it's going to take somebody taking this argument to the Supreme Court for them to make changes with it. Now, that's my understanding. There could be already something in place that if something like that happens, then they can, they destroy it or something. I don't know. I'd like clarification on that, because you guys know I'm a liberty person, and why I love to help law enforcement. I don't want people giving up their rights that they're entitled to help law enforcement unless they are willing to give up their rights. You have rights and you don't have to give them up, period. And of course, with all the cameras coming about, our privacy, our personal privacy, and how we act in private, whether it's in public or not, is all being recorded now. Our government has cameras on just about every single traffic camera. It's only to watch for traffic, right? But it seems funny because it's supposed to be, if there's an accident, they can identify it and get law enforcement or first responders out there. They're traffic cameras, right? But these traffic cameras aren't just traffic cameras. They're used to track us, they're used to watch us, and they're used in court proceedings, showing exactly where we go and where we turn and how we get there. So there is a lot of privacy that we've been giving up for safety. And people say, well, yeah, it's for our safety. I'm a little different. I think that there's a way that we can keep our privacy and maintain safety, and have a happy balance of both. So, but you are on public property, and you can be recorded on it. So there's that as well. So I don't think the cameras are going away. I think this genealogy testing I think this is just beginning. I think there's a lot, we need to be looking at some of these old cases. Mike's in the house. What up, Mike? Nice to see you, love. Nice to see you. So anyways, it's been really, I don't know. It's just crazy. This next case is equally crazy. And then we're going to get on to some Bryan Kohberger stuff. And then, what I did out there. I don't know if you guys were watching the rally or not, but, once again, we were called out. It was nice to hear us get called out. I just want you guys to hear it for yourself, just in case, right? Just in case you guys are witnesses.
Look at the front row Joes. Will you stand up? These people, they follow me all over the place. They're the greatest. But you know what? They love our country. How many now? Tell me. 32. That's nothing compared to 65, 76, 98. They are great. They love our country. And they must be doing very well because they travel all over the place. You guys.
So you guys heard it, right? You guys heard it. We are loved. I know not everybody loves our politics, and that's cool. We're here for true crime. But, I work hard behind the scenes no matter where I go and what I do throughout this country, throughout the state of Florida. And I got to tell you, we work very hard. We work very, very, very hard. And I got to say, hearing that coming from a man's mouth that I idolize, that I think is doing things for the right reason, it's just, it shows you how hard people work. And we work really hard. And that's all of the front row Joes. We're active in our communities. We go to our meetings. We, plug ourselves in. And even if you're not a Trump supporter, you know what? Do that for your own politicians, your own causes. This is what it's all about. It's empowering people to stand on their convictions and get up and do something. We love activity. We love people getting out in their community and helping. We love acts of service. It's just amazing. And we are very, very, very blessed. And I'm blessed to be around a lot of great people that really love this country and really love making a positive impact on the world, So you guys heard it first. And it was just a lovely experience. So now getting back to the crap, right? Getting back to the terrible of society. And here is no different than this guy right here. An Indiana father just kills his wife in front of his kids on the way to a family photo op. Oh, thank you, honey dip. Thank you. Get some Trump 24 and pass them out, or tell me who to ask. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll figure it out, Kelly. I'll figure it out. But this is a guy, listen to this. A father stands accused of shooting. What man needs a gun on his person driving to a photo shoot? I'm just curious. What man need? I don't understand. I can't anymore. People are just idiots. A father stands accused of shooting his wife 7 times in front of their 2 young children. He believes she had an affair with 2 different people in their neighborhood. On Wednesday, November 8th, Dearborn County Prosecutor Lynn Deddens announced that her office charged Muhammad Mondal with murder, 2 counts of neglect of dependents, and felony firearms sentencing enhancement in connection with the shooting death of his 40-year-old wife. Too stinking young. The whole of Australia hates Trump. So sad for the Americas who would endure such hatred from Trump Who hates women and the people? That's your opinion, but you're entitled to it. But again, I'm sure you probably got most of your stuff from mainstream media as opposed to doing the research yourself. And quite frankly, I'm not here to sway anybody. This is not a political. I mean, I can make a political channel and probably do a hell of a lot better than being on here. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Your opinion of Donald Trump is your opinion, and you're allowed to vote how you choose. But I'm entitled to my opinion, but I work for it, right? So you probably are sitting home and angry and listening to all this stuff that you're being told is true. Probably never even looked under the hood to see if it actually is true. And that's okay. But I find it awfully funny that it's only liberal judges that can put him in jail. Nobody or not put him in jail, but try to indict him. I mean, seriously, nothing's worked. And why did they wait 3 years? If he did all this stuff years ago, why are they doing it right before an election? Doesn't make any damn sense. But hey, I digress. Again, not a political thing. I just wanted to show you that we do a lot of work all over this country. It doesn't have anything to do with true crime. And I know people try to say that we never raised one dime for this trip. I planned this trip almost a month ago. So, I still exist with or without YouTube. And I'll still do good with or without YouTube and all the BS that comes with it. And the lies, right? And the people that try to be your friend but backstab you and lie about you. That's another thing. God, it's crazy on here. So anyways, according to this, the probable cause affidavit, Monday, November 6th at approximately 11:50 a.m., Muhammad Mandal called his neighbor, Dearborn County Sergeant Kenneth McAllister, and allegedly said he accidentally shot his wife in the left arm in self-defense. Mandala was panicked and upset. Mandala drove his wife to the hospital where law enforcement officials were already waiting. The deputies saw GMC Yukon XL pull up in the parking lot. Deputies reportedly observed Stacy Mandala slumped in the passenger seat with blood on her clothing and a small black handgun on the floor near her feet. The deputies carried Stacy Mandala to the hospital where doctors and nurses administered care. In an emergency room, she was pronounced dead at 12:11 p.m. According to the probable cause statement, the suspect and the victim's 2 children, 14 months and 2 months, were in the vehicle at the time. Yeah, I know, right, Mike? Accidentally. Yeah. And that's kind of the issue that we had with David Contreras, the one down at Miami-Dade that I just went to. I've got to put the videos together for that. But he shot his son. And, I cautioned everybody and I said, let's see where some more information. We don't have enough information to really give them to really determine what really happened in that home. I'm just all the red flags that I'm accustomed to seeing in families where stuff like this happened. I'm just not seeing. I just cautioned everybody, let's just get all the information before, even though the father's arrested on 2nd-degree murder charges. And I think I know why. And I have to agree because it comes down to the multiple shots, right? If your child is charging at you and you fear for your life where you have to fire your weapon once, I don't see you doing it more than once as a parent that loves your child. It seems that multiple shots were fired at Eric, and that kind of shows me a level of anger and lack of control. So because of the multiple, if it was just one, to me, that would show that you were just in fear for your life. Multiple seems a little more angry. And that's where it's at. Because if you're angry and you're firing that gun, then you're not protecting yourself, in my opinion. But we still need to find out all the information. But I think it comes down to that multiple shots. That's what did David in shooting his son, is that multiple. If you're in fear for your life, one shot will do, right? All you're trying to do is disable the person. Disable or unalive them, depending on the situation. You're in fear for your life. You've got to put that person down. It's sad. So how did it happen multiple times like this? Mike made a valid point, accidentally 7 times. Outside the hospital, a deputy spoke to Muhammad, and he reportedly emotional and asked about the condition of his wife. The probable cause statement alleges that Muhammad told deputies he shot his wife in self-defense. Stacy was going for his gun. Muhammad Mandal reportedly told detectives he and his wife were on their way to JCPenney's store for a photo shoot with their 2 children. He said there have been marital problems over the last few years, and that he believed his wife had an affair with at least 2 men in the neighborhood. He also believed that one of the men and his father-in-law have been following him. So this is like a love triangle. I was just talking to a friend of mine about this, just explaining to him, like, you can't be toying with, females and playing these head games, because you're gonna get yourself in a lot of trouble one day doing all this nonsense. And it's because, these love triangles, right? These love triangles, this secretive, I always say honesty is the best policy. Lying and being sneaky and stuff is never good at all. Muhammad Mandal reportedly told detectives that he and his wife were on their way to JCPenney's store for a photo shoot with their 2 children. He said there have been marital, I already read that. In the car, Muhammad Mandal said his wife allegedly began arguing, and she hit him with her cell phone. Now, I don't see any, now he looks like he's been crying, but I don't see any marks from being hit with a cell phone. But, we weren't there. We don't know. I guess it is possible that she could have hit him with a cell phone, but I don't see really any marks on his face other than, the bags and the tears and what have you on that. So in the car, Muhammad, he was hit with a cell phone. The suspect reportedly told detectives that he went to grab his gun and shot his wife. The suspect allegedly told that he went and grabbed. Earlier in the article, he said that she grabbed the gun and he ended up shooting her in self-defense. But now he's saying he told detectives that he went to grab his gun and shot his wife. Muhammad Mandal allegedly called 911, but hung up and called McAllister. Your wife is dying, and you call 911 and you decide to hang up and call your neighbor instead. That sounds ultra sus. Ultra sus. I gotta say, ultra sus. Right, Susie Sue? Right? So detectives interviewed Mandal on November 7th, and he reportedly says, "I'm not the bad guy," insisted that he shot his wife in self-defense. I'm sorry, a cell phone is not something that would make you fear for your life. If somebody chucked a cell phone at me, I'd duck, right? If it hit me, it hit me. What is it going to do? It's going to leave, what, a bruise? I walk around my bed and hit the corner of my my footboard. You know what I'm saying? I hit the corner of my footboard, and it leaves, I got bruises all up and down because it just sticks out. It's one of those curved, like I have a curved back headboard, and then I got like a half moon, like a curved footboard. Well, the footboard's a little lower, and it's got the little square corner. Even though it's curved at the end, it's got the square, the end, because it's nice and straight. And I always snag my leg as I come right around that bed. Like, I think I do it 2 or 3 times. I'm surprised there's just not a permanent bruise on my leg or a callus. I don't know, right? Or a callus. So, and I'm telling you, I come in this morning, like I was going to talk about, but the only reason why I didn't talk about Derek, Rosa, or Mike and, excuse me, not Mike, David and Eric's case is because I got the footage of it, but I can't get it together. And I don't want it in raw footage because I make mistakes when I'm out there, right? And you just record through them and you cut them out. That's how you do it, okay? Everybody does it. That's what it's done, okay? I used to be good on first shots, so I can get all of my content, and that's really hard to do, is to get all your content on the first shot. You have all the information. I used to be able to do that because I only dealt with one case. Well, there's not really one case out there that really needs a whole lot of attention, so I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, finding some different articles that kind of make me go, what? Because if it makes me go, what, it'll interest you guys as well. And this is another case that, again, I was just reading some articles on True Crime Daily. You should go out and check it out. Convicted rapist arrested on suspicion of killing woman whose body was found near a Home Depot. And this is in Maine. State police detectives arrested 65-year-old man this week for allegedly killing a woman whose body was found on the side of the road in early September. So on September 5th at 4:11 p.m., South Portland Police Department officers were called to Clark Pond Parkway near a Home Depot after someone called reporting finding a body on an embankment close to the sidewalk. Police arrived at the scene and found a deceased female's victim. The Portland police contacted Maine State Police, who took over the investigation. Almost exactly 2 months later, on November 1st, state police announced the investigation took Gary Mariner into custody on murder charges in connection with 52-year-old Danielle Goodwin's death. State police did not reveal her cause of death. According to the Portland Press, Mariner was convicted in 2017 of gross SA while impersonating a police officer. The judge sentenced him to 12 years. I'm sorry. These people, we are learning through education that these sexually sadistic people, the people that like to R and SA people, there's something wired and computed up, not computing up here. They're wired differently. They're wired wrong. Their brain does not function like the rest of our brains. Many people have we talk about The Language of Letting Go, which is a meditation book to help break the codependency chains with a lot of things, from people, places, and things, right? Even drugs and alcohol. I feel like these types of people, that is their drug. That's what they're addicted to, and the compulsion is there. And I know I have a lot of people. Well, Southern Valley, you're allowed to have your own opinion. I'm not having a political conversation here on a true crime chat. All I was doing was showing my, the work of the group that I'm associated with and how hard we work, and that our hard work is being recognized by people. If you don't like them, don't like them. I could care less who you vote for, to be honest with you. I could care less. My whole job is empowering people to get off their butts and go out there and be a part of it. If you don't like him, then go out and associate yourself with the people that don't like him and go out and push your agenda. But do something instead of sitting here complaining about it. That's my stance on it. I put myself behind everything I do, right? I don't sit here and complain online. You never hear me just sit here complaining. I don't sit there and bitch and moan and groan about things that I don't like. If I don't like it, I get off my butt and I go out there and I let my voice be heard. And I take my problems to the decision makers around this country. I don't sit here and complain to the people that can't help me. See, because like right now, you're complaining to people that can't help you. If you don't like them, get involved with the Democrat Party and, go and campaign for the people that you think needs to be in office. But I can tell you, you guys got this last election wrong, because everybody that voted for Biden's broke. The only people that are making money in this country are the ultra wealthy, which is absolutely the polar opposite of what they say they stand behind. I just find that awfully funny and awfully hypocritical. That's just my personal stance on it. But, to each their own, and you're allowed to feel however you want to feel. This is not a political show. This is a true crime show. But I am a Trump supporter, so. And I'm a God-fearing Christian woman. So if those are two things that you don't like, if that affects you from listening to true crime, say la vie. I don't know what to say. But I guarantee if President Biden called you personally out, I'm sure you'd be touting that everywhere. Wouldn't you? Just saying. I'm proud of who I am. Very proud of who I am. So a lot of stuff has been going on with the Bryan Kohberger case, right? The Bryan Kohberger case. We have a lot coming out from Kaylee's mom just loathing the fact that he's allowed to sit in the court with a suit on. Everyone on here loves Trump. I'm the only one. But that's okay. You're you're allowed. But you know what? Nobody's attacking you for your beliefs. They're just, having a conversation about it. There's a lot of people that have, like, I personally, let me just go on a little tangent here. I personally, you guys, Southern Belle, I've been in politics for a really long time. And I can tell you that back in 2016, like, it was really brutal, like the left, the right, and all this other stuff. But now that after this last election, I've seen so many people change. Have you seen TikTok? Like, we have now got so many Black activists on TikTok, just going nuts over Biden because they felt duped. They feel like they were lied to. They felt duped. Nobody is helping them after being promised that they would help them. We're all watching our money just shrink away. We're not making what we should be making. We're spending way more than we should be spending. In all fairness, to each their own. If that's the policies and stuff that you like, nobody should take that away from you. If you want to spend more money, that's your prerogative. You should vote the way you feel. But if you want something else, you got to put your personality and your personality differences aside for the betterment of yourself and the country. And sometimes that means just having to swallow something you really dislike about a person for the betterment of everybody. So that's just my stance on it. I don't know. It's just to each their own, right? We all have to make our decisions for our family and what's best for us in our personal situation. And that's what I try to do each and every time I get a ballot, is what is in the best interest, not just of me, but the people around me. So, yeah. But God bless you. And you know what? Mike Stevens is our resident. Yeah, you could be our resident. What is it? I don't know, right? So Mike Stevens, he is our resident defense attorney. No matter who comes, who we put on the board, right? No matter who we put on the board, Mike's like, I believe they're innocent. Bullhorn, Betty, you're wrong, right? We love Mike. We don't care if you believe anything different. And actually, to be honest with you, I don't like people that parrot my opinions. If anybody knows anything about me, I hate people that parrot my opinions. I mean, if you believe it, it's fine. But saying the exact same thing, it drives me nuts. I like people to be unique and individual, and I like them standing on their own, and say what they believe. And I don't think anybody should be attacked for that. So I do appreciate you coming in here and you standing on your own. And it actually shows a lot of integrity, and I respect you for that. So I do appreciate it. Oh, we got a new birthday, 13 months, Nani. Is it your real birthday or your BHB birthday? Because it looks like it might have been your BHB birthday. Either way. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nani. Happy birthday to you. Toot, toot. Can you guys hear this clap? Because I was playing stuff for you on the last live, the one I sang for you, right? And you guys couldn't even hear it. You guys couldn't. Okay, good. Because I got this. And see, this is the one I wanted because I said, everybody feels like this on Monday. And you guys missed all my effects. It didn't work. It just didn't work. So that means my echo wasn't on when I decided to sing you a lullaby. So it seems like Christy, does have a slight issue. And I understand it. But see, the reason why it's required, or not required, I guess that's I guess not the best word to use, required. They do it because the person's not convicted yet. And they feel that having the person in the courtroom with a jumpsuit on almost implies that they're guilty. And that's what they have a problem with, and why they don't typically, or why they typically dress them out. But as you notice, literally as soon as they are convicted, they're dressed out, and they're sentencing. They are no longer in. Sorry, I'm trying to do 5 different things at once. There we go. They're no longer in that suit.
a year not being able to process the loss of your child because it's hooked up in this criminal process and it's all about the guy who did it and he's getting the attention, his pictures all over the place.
Another murderer or whatever he is convicted, up to this point of a case, not in handcuffs, not in shackles, one or the other, or both, and in orange.
So you get the, and I understand it because, you know, at the end of the day, just like many of us, we believe Bryan Kohberger did it. They used a lot of stuff to find out who he is. What is this? When Trump lost elections, America's debt had increased by $7.8 trillion. Who gets blamed for gas prices off eggs? Gas prices of eggs. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, there's just a lot. Anyways, I'll let you guys continue your political stuff in the chat. Looks like a mod. Southern Belle, I will tell you, I'm trying to be respectful to you, but if you're going to come in here and start throwing, start this nonsense when this is not a political thing, I will block you personally, and you can come back in whenever you've cooled down. If you can't handle the conversation, get the fuck out of my chat. It's simple as that. Actually, we'll take you on out. Don't come here and have me respect you, and then you not show me the same courtesy. We don't play that over here. You take that over to those childish channels. We're not doing it. She's blocked. It doesn't matter. She can stay blocked. Now you know why now you understand. It's not us, it's them. They just can't handle it. They have no control. They're freaking deranged. So also, oh, that's the same one I just did. That's not it. Where's the other one? Here it is. Is this it? Yes.
4 University of Idaho students were found brutally murdered.
Profiling an accused killer.
In Moscow, Idaho, it's just unheard of.
If I'm the parent of one of these 4 kids,
I do know that there's enough evidence.
He is the boogeyman. The case against Bryan Kohberger, a Court TV special, premieres Sunday night, 8/7 Central, only on Court TV.
And that was yesterday. So I hope, Sunday, this Sunday on the 12th. So if you guys have not seen that, you guys are going to want to see that. Court TV, guys, Court TV. So Bryan Kohberger, surprisingly, and I knew, remember, I called this. I did call this. I said, look, it's really going to depend on whether this judge believes that it is literally in the best. Oh, thank you, Nurse Sandy. God bless you. I'm missing stuff here. Somebody got a gifted membership from Jen. Thank you. Don't forget to tell her thank you. Did I miss any more? Hold on, let me see what else I missed. Oh, I missed a lot. I'm so sorry. I don't know how many times you cussed. Thank you, love. Thank you. Nani, happy Veterans Day. Oh, I didn't even see that either. I saw it. It was my B-Day, and I stopped right there. Nani, I'm so sorry. Jen gifted one Bullhorn Betty membership. And thank you, Nurse Sandy. I love you for being a member 16 months. Golly, it's hard to believe we've been around that long. It really is. It really is hard to believe. You know, with all of this stuff in the chat and stuff, it makes me wonder. I mean, it seems like we inspire some emotions when we talk. Maybe we need to open up a political channel. Maybe we need to air out some grievances. Maybe that might be what we do next. I don't know, right? I don't know. Let me get over here. We'll let it get through its commercials. There it goes. I'll wait until it gets through its commercials. The one, yeah. Get this up here. How many more? 4 seconds. Let me turn the volume back on.
Story begin.
Hey, Brian and Nia. Well, it was a slower day than many people expected, but court just adjourned, and the judge did rule that he ruled against the defense's motion to halt any of the court proceedings. He says that the trial is going to start on time, which would be in October. Now, earlier today, Bryan Kohberger walked into court with a suit and tie, which is a little bit different than previous times when he's come in wearing that orange jumpsuit. Now, he's charged with the murder of 4 University of Idaho college students. They were stabbed to death in their off-campus house in the early morning hours of November 13th. That home is currently boarded up and under 24-hour surveillance as students return back to campus.
Now, I have to say we've been right about several things on this. First of all, I told you guys that the judge will most likely rule to keep the cameras in, and not because he wants the cameras in the courtroom, but this case is such a high profile case. They have choices to make, and here's the choices. They're either going to let people pull the camera, or they're going to force people into that small community. That whole entire community will be overran if we have to throw 1,000 reporters from all over the world in one community, because nobody can get footage unless you're personally there. It does. I never talk politics, but the last few years has me angry. Okay, rant over. Put it into the hate. I see you here. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, love. Yeah, I don't. I've always kept politics for the most part off this. I mean, people know that I came from a political background, and those things will never change about me. I'm just an active person that likes to give back. That's really what I do. I give back to these cases. I give back to my community. I just give. I'm a giver. And that's from being many years of a taker, just using and abusing people. And it's never good. It's never good. I was just a sick person. I was a sick person and had to get myself together in order to be a good person. And, sometimes I'm a human being, so I still make mistakes. I still don't get things right. I still, just at times make poor decisions, right? We all do. So, but, it's what makes this country go around. So the best way to do is always be respectful to people. Say what you mean what you say, and don't say it mean. Hey, Ronnie, I haven't seen you in a while either. Good morning. Good morning. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're feeling good, Ronnie. What the hell? Where you been? Oh. You do the gifts of service. Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to help. And I know people always think that there's got to be a reason for somebody to help. But sometimes people just like to help. There's givers in this world, and there's takers in this world. I know that the takers seem to succeed a lot faster and easier. But eventually, there will be a downfall. I'd rather build a foundation on good things than build a foundation on sneaky, conniving, cunning things, and then having it blow up in my face personally. I'd rather do it the right way the first time. I've learned, right? You make mistakes in life, you learn. Some people, it takes them a little longer because they've gotten away with it for so long. I think Bryan Kohberger, I think he was sheltered. I think his parents protected him. I think the first time he ever had to deal with accountability was when his parents had just had enough after he stole his sister's phone. I think that's the first time. And who made him accountable? His dad. It wasn't his mother. And it seems like a common theme, because think about it. Who was sheltering Bryan laundry? His mother. So yeah, I don't know.
For the start of the school year, law enforcement found a knife cover or sheath at the crime scene. Police say they used investigative genetic genealogy to link DNA found on the knife sheath to Kohberger. The FBI uploaded the DNA to a genetic genealogy service like Ancestry.com.
And not only that, we have the genetic genealogy. Oops, I hit the wrong button. The genetic genealogy testing. We have the pins, your phone pinging. We have the black box in the car. The only thing that they don't have is the clothes he was wearing and the weapon. The clothes that he was wearing and the weapon. They have his DNA linked directly to the crime scene. We never even heard the results of his home. They searched his home. Or his apartment. They searched his office at Washington State. We've never gotten any of the results back. All we've learned, we don't even know how many times each and every one of the kids were stabbed. We have no clue. We don't have the number. So there's a lot of critical information related to this case that we, the public, have not been afforded the right to hear or know. This whole entire case has been locked down, so much so. I don't get it. I've never seen everything in a case be under seal. I mean, this is overboard to me. I've just never seen it. Not to this level. I mean, yeah, there's certain things that are used, judges use discretion, like, the public doesn't need to see the things that need to be like, because there's a lot of information about Bryan, about the case, about the kids, that's not going to be brought into the trial. They're going to be excluded for privilege, them being too prejudicial, irrelevant. There's just a lot of different types of objections that they're going to limit those, the information, so that only the direct information linking Bryan Kohberger to the murder of this, and to prove that he was the one that carried out this horrible act, this gruesome, brutal act against innocent people. I don't know. I just think that there's overwhelming evidence. And I think even Steve said that in the first clip, that there's so much overwhelming evidence against him. And then I also heard that one of those, one of the comments that Steve said was, we know that there's overwhelming evidence. So I truly believe that people that think Bryan Kohberger, and he has a right to a fair trial, and he deserves a pit bull. He's got the best defense attorney. And the reason why I like that is because then when everything's said and done, then you know for a fact he's truly convicted, right? He's got the best attorney. So certainly, if he's convicted, now everybody, there's no illusion, right? There's no illusion. Just like with my court case, right? I'm going pro se. She's with an attorney, right? So when things don't go her way, it's going to have even a bigger impact because she had an attorney, right? It's going to have a bigger impact. Like, you had an attorney representing you, because right is right and wrong is wrong. That's how I truly believe. I don't need an attorney when I'm right. I only need an attorney when I'm wrong. So, it is what it is. Just saying. It is what it is. So many of you know I went down to Hialeah. I had a political event there. There was a lot of cases going on there. So it helped push me toward going down there. I went to Hialeah and I covered Derek Rosa and Irina Garcia. And you're probably saying, I recognize those names. I don't know how. It's because Derek Rosa is the 13-year-old boy that stabbed his mother sleeping while she was an arm's length away from her newborn baby. The father wasn't at home. At the time, we're hearing that he was an honor roll student at iMatter Academy, that he was a good kid. He was, on target to do great and amazing things. And nobody understands why this happened. I don't know why this happened. It didn't seem like he was angry with his mother. So I keep wondering, is there something that we're not seeing with this case too? What would inspire a 13-year-old boy that seems to, love his parents, love his family? He's a 13, he's got a new sibling coming along, and, he's doing great in school. So I keep thinking, what would make him do this? And I kept thinking, we hear a lot about medications. So I don't know if he's on any. I'm just, we're just looking at all these possible avenues. And I kept thinking, what if he was sick or took something or, got into had some pain from and took a medication that might have did something to his brain. And I mean, things like that do happen. But the reason why bullying at school, maybe he snapped, I don't, it doesn't seem like he would be bullied though. I mean, he was a good looking kid. It seems like at 13, he would have all the girls with the googly eyes looking at him. I mean, he's a cute kid. I got to be honest with you. Okay. I just think that, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what to think of it, because when I'm looking into this boy, it's like he just doesn't seem like this monster that would just brutalize his mom, but he did, and he called law enforcement. Are we talking about Bryan? Let's see here. Where are you? Truth. I saw you. My thing went up. Are we talking about Bryan? Yeah, we were. We're talking a little bit about everything. On this channel, we kind of talk about some cases that are just kind of bizarre, weird, crazy cases, like like a father killing a mother with a gun on their way to a photo shoot. But then we move on into, more top stories like Bryan Kohberger. And yeah, we were covering the fact that, some of the comments Christy said about how she just basically loathes seeing him in a suit. She wants him in an orange jumpsuit and, other things. And then we're talking about the DNA, the knife, his connection to the crime, and how much evidence they truly have against Bryan Kohberger. I mean, the evidence against Bryan Kohberger really is overwhelming. And when we read that probable cause affidavit, we were very shocked reading that. We read that live when it was first released right here on this channel. And it was a shocker, because we learned that Dylan Mortensen had seen Bryan leaving, which we never knew. It explained that, his path of travel, how he turned off his phone, a lot of circumstantial evidence that points directly at Bryan Kohberger. But when that probable cause affidavit came out, I said, if they prove even 80 or 85% of this probable cause affidavit, Bryan Kohberger is toast. It was a very well-written, thorough probable cause affidavit. I can tell you that probable cause affidavit took a significant amount of time to prepare. But it was very thorough. In my opinion, it was very good. And as soon as I read it and saw just an iota of the type of evidence they had against Bryan Kohberger, I'm like, he's done. He's toast. And since then, the evidence has even been, to me, more overwhelming. He has no alibi. He's already put himself in his car driving around late at night. So now alone. So that means that I don't think people understood the significance of Nancy Taylor finally acknowledging that Bryan Kohberger was in that car alone that night, because many people that were believing that it was possible that Bryan Kohberger was innocent, part of their reasoning was because he was on drugs and probably loaned his car out to somebody else, that Bryan probably wasn't even the one driving the vehicle. So a lot of the support that Bryan Kohberger had garnered was a direct result of them thinking he was not in his vehicle. Well, now Nancy Taylor has, months ago, finally acknowledged that he basically has no alibi other than he was driving around alone in his car during the time of this murder. That was a huge, that was something, in my opinion, that really, I think now his fate is sealed. They had to concede. Oh, you're welcome. They had to concede to him being in that car. And it was almost like it was kind of just brushed away, that people didn't even realize what type of concession that they had just made. That was bombshell revelation that literally got a scintilla of recognition across social media. That was one, when I heard that, I'm like, you guys don't understand. They would have never wanted to concede that. They were forced to concede that. And that was huge. So now they have him dead to rights in that car. You guys understand that? So whatever his car says, that's where he was. And his car and his cell phone is putting him at 1122 King Road. Multiple times for no apparent reason. Seems a little sus to me. Seems a little sus. That's all I'm going to say. Do you clear the door? Do you clear the door dasher? I don't think the door dasher did it. No. That was, to be honest with you, it was always a question there for a really long time. Well, for a lot of people for a really long time. I have to be honest with you. When law enforcement told me that they cleared the DoorDash driver, and that was it. I believed he was cleared. I believed he was cleared. When they cleared hoodie guy, right? We found out was Jake, one of the Jakes. Or was it one of the Jacks? Maybe it was one of the Jacks. I think it was one of the Jacks. I think there was multiple Jacks, one Jake. I can't remember. But either way, one of them, the hoodie guy, right? As soon as everybody kept wanting to say, oh, they cleared him too quickly. I know law enforcement, they're not going to come publicly and say they cleared somebody in an active case like this if they didn't clear them. So even then, when Jake, all them, Jack, okay, that's what I thought. When all of them were clear, I told you guys they're cleared. I don't see any reason for law enforcement to lie to us in a situation like that. If those they never come out and tell you they clear people. The only reason why they did that was because those kids were being harassed so unnecessarily and so maliciously. They wanted to tell the public, listen, they're not the person. And nobody would listen. But we did. We listened. And we cautioned people that we realize law enforcement's not going to tell us everything about this case, but I don't think they're going to lie to us about this, right? And they don't lie to us. They just omit information from us. They just don't tell us everything. They don't come out and intentionally and willfully misdirect us. They sometimes, occasionally, like in very few circumstances, they have, but it was a strategy in an effort to find or get their guy. So, hey, I'm fine with that. But when law enforcement, I believed Lieutenant Lanier, when he said the hoodie guy, all the people in their home that were there that morning that they showed up have all been cleared. I believed him. Because the minute I got to that house, the very first time, I remember it was so cold, I thought my fingertips were going to shatter. I did. I was that cold. And I looked at Olivia and I'm like, we've got this all wrong. Everybody has this wrong. This is somebody we're not even looking at. And that minute, that moment, I knew the reason why I went out there is because I felt that. I felt that everybody's blaming all these people because they're low-hanging fruit and it's easy to do. We're not low-hanging fruit channel. We dig deep. We want to see how the roots are growing, and we need to find out if there's any insects under the ground eating those roots. That's how deep we go. So I just felt something off. I had to get out there. I had to see what was going on. This channel sponsored me to get out there, and I'm very grateful because talk about how much misinformation we could have possibly done on this channel just by the fact that we didn't go out there. We had such an overwhelming advantage over everybody else by being boots on the ground out there because we got all the information. We were able to speak to law enforcement directly and off the record on many instances. And those are the things that you do not get sitting here behind this screen. And so that's why we get out and get going. Now, I have been handicapped a little bit with this whole lawsuit, but that's okay. I mean, at some point, this lawsuit is going to be at an end. and things will start progressing back to the way that they were, and we will start getting back out on the road more and more. We're coming around to the holidays. I'm going to be on the road a lot from the rest of this year and into next year, with a few exceptions. You know, I've got to maintain my legal research and getting my deadlines done. So that just it takes a lot of time. I'm pro se. That means I have to do all the legal research myself. And prepare, right? I got to prepare this stuff, despite what they keep saying about how I have no education, I know nothing, and I'm getting help by everybody else. Okay, well, I hope you have proof for that, because that's a violation. Especially when an attorney says it without any hard evidence. And remember, your attorney's supposed to fact find, FYI. Actually, he could be sanctioned for failing to fact find. Or like if I send him some information and he acts like he didn't get it. Sanctionable. I don't know what happened in Idaho, but I really do seem like there's a shortage of different names. It's been hard to keep up with all the Jacks and Jays. I know, it did seem like everybody had like the same name, didn't it? It seemed like the girls were the only ones that had different names. It's like every single person that was like a Jack, a Jake, you know, they all had like similar names, different last names, but similar names. Hunter, right? Who would have known there was a couple of Hunters in there? We had Ian's brother, Hunter, plus we had the neighbor that lived next door that had the camera that picked up the noise from Xana Kernodle's room. Yeah. I'm sorry you're being put through this. Oh, yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, it's not an issue for me. I just do it. I have to remove my emotions and just look at it analytically and just move forward. And like I said, you know, I believe in the justice system. I really, truly do. And right is right and wrong is wrong. And I'm sorry, but you don't need to have an attorney to represent yourself when you're on the right side of things. So, you know, it is what it is. But it's going to be more impactful, right? Think about the impact it'll have. I'm representing myself, and she's got a high-powered attorney, right? That she's raised $30,000, $25,000. It's either $30,000 or something $1,000 she's raised, maybe potentially. I know it's over 10, and I think it's about 25,000 if my calculations are right. I don't understand why she would need $25,000 for this lawsuit. It doesn't cost that much. I can guarantee that. But you know, she has underlying issues that she needs to take care of. I'm sure she's probably paying some bills with that money, you know, taking care of maybe getting a new vehicle. I don't know what she's doing. It's just my opinion. I'm just telling you, I don't think it's costing her attorney $25,000 to represent her, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. I will get to the bottom of it. I can promise you that. So we will definitely have all the receipts related to that in the near future. Everything she's collected and everything she's spent on, because I'm entitled to that. So we'll see. We'll get to the bottom of it. We'll get to the bottom. How is the trial? I'm sunburned. But I gotta say, you know what? I'm sorry, but I will be proud. I'm going to be proud that the former president of the United States sees the work that me and a lot of my friends do around this country, not just at these rallies. And I'm sorry, but this was a moment that I'm very, very proud of. And people don't have to be proud of it for me, and they don't have to like me because of it. And that's okay. I still like you, right? I don't care if Biden calls your name out. I'm one of those friends that is happy with your accomplishments, right? Happy with your accomplishments. I don't want to take away from them, right? I'm that friend. Whether I like the person or not, I'm happy for my friend, right? Here it is for all those people in the back that didn't hear this morning.
Look at the front row Joes. Will you stand up? These people, they follow me all over the place. They're the greatest. But you know what? They love our country. How many now? Tell me. 32. That's nothing compared to 65, 76, 98. They are great. They love our country. And they must be doing very well because they travel all over the place.
So there you have it. I'm sorry, to me, I'm proud of myself, and I'm allowed to be proud of myself. I'm allowed to be proud of all the hard work that I do, being recognized, you know, by a very, very important person. Just saying, right? Whether you like him or not, he's a very important person. So I wonder if there's I mean, there's only 2 content creators that I know on this platform that were just called out by the President of the United States, the former President of the United States. Just saying. Groupies like a rock group. Guys, I swear, if you guys have never experienced it, you should, whether you like it or not. I mean, it's just the camping, the camaraderie. It's something, it's an experience you'll never, ever get anyplace else. So if you guys want the experience, let me know. Hey, I'll show you the ropes, whether you like them or not. At least, I'm one of those people that would try something once, right? You want to skydive? I'll do it. Let's do it. Put me on a backpack. I'll skydive, right? I'll do anything once, right? I'll do anything once. I actually have a bet going on right now with Olivia. This is the deal that I got with Olivia. I told her if we have a bet, and I'm going to get her to a Trump rally, because I told her she needs the experience. And not only that, she's a documentarian. She documents this stuff, and I get that she's not a Trump person or anything like that, but it's still part of history. And I told her, you got to take your emotions out of it, and you just have to report factually. I said, you come to a Trump rally and you report some of the people. I said, I'll go to a Biden rally. How about that? Can you imagine Bullhorn betting? I'll Biden out. I'll Biden out. I'll support my friend. I absolutely will support my friend. I love my friend, right? I'll support my friend no matter what, because that's what friends do. They don't have to like it. She supports me. I support her. That's how friends work. How we roll, babe. It's just how we roll. So, guys, I don't have a lot really going on because I just got back. I'm sunburned. I finally got a good night's sleep last night. I'm finally starting to feel amazing. I feel like there's 180-pound weight off my shoulder. And, I feel great. I feel like I can start breathing and start moving forward in the right direction. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. So we're going to be working today. I've got a lot of work throughout the day. I'm going to try to work on my Derek Rosa videos and my David and Eric videos today. I may wait to play them live. And then once I play them live, I might go ahead and post them as a video. Why don't you ever go live when you are live at the Trump rallies? Because this is a true crime. I do go live, but it's on my personal and private Facebook page. So I try to keep my political and my true crime stuff separately, because true crime, I think politics takes away from true crime. And true crime, we need to have all eyes on these cases. So I out of respect for people and their opinions, I really try hard to keep the political stuff out. But, there's a lot of initiatives that we're trying to enact, to help our children, to help laws and stuff like that. So there's always going to be that hint of politics and policies and stuff like that here on this channel for those things. But I try to keep, my personal, I speak about stuff, like the bathroom situations in our schools and stuff like that. I do provide my opinions on certain, political stuff, but I really try very hard to make sure that when I do talk about political stuff, that I talk about stuff that is bipartisan, stuff that we can all agree with, just to show my audience the respect that they deserve, because we're all different. And, and I think that they respect me. And I know some of them are like, I just hate Trump, but I love you. So I appreciate those, right? I really, really appreciate those. Those are just beautiful people. And that's kind of how I am too. I hate Biden, but I love you. All right. So, we all kind of understand. So I think it is what it is, but I love the people that come here. I love the people that really try to help these cases and really try to do their part. And I really hope that if you really do hate the way our country is, whether you hate the way it's been or you hate where it's going, right? Either or. I just hope that you guys inspire yourselves to get up and go do something for you that you believe in that'll help impact your community and yourself. And I have to tell you, honestly, it really does feel good to do good. I mean, it changes you. You feel, it just makes you feel good. Like you're like, wow, look what I was able to do for another person. Or, like even with Jennifer, look, nobody was going to tell her this, but look at the information we were able to get to her, right? Jennifer Centinello. And it's like, that's bad. It's bad news, but it's still news she didn't have, it's, we just try. So I just really hope that everybody is inspired. And you know what? Hopefully we inspire some haters, right? They're going to be like, oh my God, Bullhorn Betty's getting too much attention. I need to get off my butt and get into my party, right? And I need to start going to my meetings, and I need to start being involved and stuff like that. We can't let Bullhorn Betty and her cult get on it. So I hope I'm inspiring people. If you hate what I stand for, then do something about it. Get out there and get into your community and, blaze your own path. Blaze your own path forward, right? Blaze your own path forward. Be a Betty. What can I say? Be a Betty. And that's always going to be the stance. The stance is be a Betty. Be a Betty. Because you know what? I don't need to lie to people. I don't need to use people. I don't care about the clicks or the views. I don't care about getting, I want to get ahead, but I want to do it the right way. Like, I have a friend that wants to sleep his way to the top. So, what do you do? What do you do? So I just stay in my own corner, do my own thing. If people love me, they love me. I just say, hey, we bring good content, people will come, right? Good morning. Somebody is up late. Rusty is coming to, and I'm about to get off, but I'll stay on, Rusty. Since you just got here, I'll stay on for you. I have a shirt on my site that says, just be Betty. Oh, I love it. Throw the link down. If you guys want a Just Be Betty shirt, this would be a great sponsorship. We know that Sonia does a lot of great things for these families. Get out and get yourself a Just Be Betty shirt from her, because again, she does a lot of great things, and it's coming. This would be a great opportunity for Christmas. And she's got those cute, stinky toilet paper rolls, right? I love it. I love those toilet paper rolls. I do. But I don't need the toilet paper rolls this year. I got something. That's right. Not pull. I was going to show you my toilet brush, but I might offend some people. Oh Lord. Well, Rusty, it was nice to see you, but we're at the end of our show, and just want to say good morning to everybody. And we had a good time. I will start working on the bad thing about getting so sunburnt. Like, you can't see it 'cause I got makeup on, but I'm sunburnt. I'm like just sunburnt. And my lips haven't stopped peeling for 2 years, and I doubt this helped at all, because my lips are literally peeling. My lips stay cracked all year long anymore because I have such bad sun damage on my lips. But either way, it's just I break out when I get this much sun. It's like it clears out the pores. I woke up zit faced again. Zit faced again. All right, guys. Well, it has been real. It has been fun, and it has been real fun. I will most likely be back later today because, like I said, we're working. We got to get all this stuff done. I've got a lot of content that I need to roll out. I've been dragging my feet. I've been working so entirely too hard, and I'm so thankful that I, again, got to spend some much needed time with some friends, meeting another friend's girlfriend. It's just been nice. So had a great time. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a great time. Don't forget to rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe and kind to one another, especially in the comment box below. God bless.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.